Markets have continued to navigate a mix of global developments, evolving economic indicators, policy expectations, and changing investor sentiments. While equity markets are assessing earnings, valuations, and growth prospects, focus remains on inflation, interest rates, and liquidity conditions. To help investors navigate and understand what could shape the investment landscape, we have with us Ms. Shivani Kurian, Senior Fund Manager and Head Equity Research at Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company Limited for August Equity Outlook. Welcome to the show, Ms. Kurian.
Thank you.
So, with global uncertainties continuing, how resilient do you believe Indian equities are relative to other markets?
So, India is not immune to what's happening at a global level. Clearly, at this point in time, the geopolitical risks that we are seeing play out in the Middle East and its impact on crude oil prices as well as commodity prices is leading to the volatility that you're seeing in the equity markets. The good part is that our growth has been far resilient. And in the last month or so, we've seen policy action both from RBI as well as from the central government in terms of getting FCNRB as well as ECB flows, which is providing the required cushion from an external balance sheet perspective. So, net net, as the geopolitical conflict and uncertainty remains in the Middle East, we will possibly have to navigate volatility. But the good part is that our overall macro has been largely stable.
So, if earnings growth remains healthy but valuations stay elevated, what could ultimately drive the next leg of market performance?
So, this is an interesting question because our belief is that the next leg of market performance will largely be determined by earnings. So, if you look at Nifty earnings over the last couple of years, earnings have been muted. But now the expectation is that for FY27 and 28, earnings growth would improve. And in fact, consensus is building in mid teens earnings growth. The broader market earnings delivery has actually been better than what the headline Nifty numbers are showing. And therefore, in that context, when you look at valuations today, the Nifty trades at about 19 times on FY27 earnings, which is slightly below its long term averages. Mid caps and small caps trade at a premium to their long term average. So, given the construct, our belief is markets will track earnings. And this is also a pretty much bottom up stock picking market where focus should be in terms of earnings growth and visibility on the same.
So, please tell us which sectors look best positioned to benefit from India's long term growth story over the next few years.
So, there are three key sectors that we are focusing on at this point in time. The first is the banking and financial services sector. Here we have seen pickup in terms of loan growth. As we were discussing earlier, the FCNRB and ECB flows have gotten off to a good start, and that should help provide the necessary cushion on liquidity and deposit growth. And this is one sector where you've seen credit costs remain largely stable and valuations are on your side. So that's number one. The second area where we are focusing on is the healthcare space, specifically hospitals. Again, here the runway for growth in terms of good quality healthcare remains fairly strong. Companies are going in for expansion. A lot of that, however, is brownfield in nature, which means return ratio profiles are better and therefore strong visibility on earnings. And the third sector where we are positive on is the industrials and capital goods space. Here we've seen order flow momentum remain strong. So, new age sectors within the industrial space, cables and wires, sectors which are companies which are related to the power transmission and distribution equipment space, some parts of defense. So, these are segments within the industrial construct where we have been positive on.
Please tell us how should long-term investors navigate and interpret the current market, and how are you balancing the opportunities between large cap, mid cap and small cap segments in the current environment?
Absolutely. For a long term investor, as we were discussing earlier, the construct on equity markets remains positive and constructive. However, in the near term, given the kind of uncertainty that we are seeing globally and what's happening in terms of oil prices, there is going to be volatility and we will have to navigate that volatility. So, what we are really advising investors is that when you look at equities from an asset allocation construct, be neutral, be slightly overweight as far as mid caps are concerned, and that's because the earnings delivery on mid caps has been strong, and the expectation remains of strong earnings, even though valuations are slightly at a premium. Neutral to large caps, where valuations are reasonable, and slightly underweight on small caps because valuations there are still at a considerable premium to their long term averages. If there is considerable volatility or correction, then we would advise, depending upon also risk appetite, to add to equity positions depending on market movement.
So we know that foreign investor flows can change very quickly, right? How important are FII trends in the current market? Please tell us.
So FII trends are important. It's not that we can completely ignore what's happening on the FII side, and we've seen considerable amount of volatility in the markets because of FII behavior. However, the good part is that domestic institutional investors and flows from the domestic side have been strong, and that has provided a cushion to the volatility that FII flows bring with it. So, if you look at calendar year to date, FIIs have taken out almost $27 billion from Indian equity markets, but domestic institutional investors have been net buyers to the tune of about $54 billion. So, that has helped in terms of cushioning some amount of the volatility. The pace and intensity of FII outflows seems to have moderated. And in fact, as we speak, month to date, FIIs have been net buyers of Indian equities. So I think overall, the domestic flows remaining resilient, the SIP flows remaining sticky, have provided a considerable cushion to the uncertainty on the FII side.
So, what are the key risks that equity investors should keep on their radar over the next few months?
So, of course, the main risk for equity investors is what's happening in the Middle East and whether the conflict continues and what is the impact on crude oil prices and commodity. That's the number one risk. From an Indian perspective, monsoons are something that we will watch out for. As we were speaking, the monsoons are deficient in terms of their long term averages by about 16%. The number has improved over the last few weeks, but this is something that we will track. And finally, as we were discussing, markets will track earnings growth, and therefore, earnings delivery is key. And as expectations are of improvement in earnings, the key factor to watch out for is whether companies are able to deliver in line with expectations.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kurian, for joining us.
Thank you so much. Stay invested, stay disciplined, and follow asset allocation.
While markets may be influenced by valuations, earnings, policy developments, and global events, staying focused on long term goals and maintaining a disciplined investment approach remains important for the investors. We hope this discussion helps them to navigate the market with more clarity and understand the opportunities, risk, and the key themes for the upcoming equity market. For more such discussions, stay tuned to Kotak Mutual Fund.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.